Hello, friends. Ugh. Camera problems are so boring. It's fine. I fixed it. It's fine. It's fine. It would be really nice if things would just work. We would love that. We would just love that for us. Anyway, hi. Hello. Hi. How are you guys? It's good to see you. Welcome to the Fire Kitchen. I'm Leah Fireheart. I was having camera problems, so I was live a little late, but here I am. Hi. Um, Dirtle, hi. Des, hi. Congratulations on arriving first. Dirtle, pants time is still in effect, and you grabbed first. You're amazing. Sarah, hi. Hello there. How's it going? Good to see you. Lassie, good to see you. Jane, hi. Lassie says, hello there is my favorite person with a username with the name Jane in it. Amazing. Lassie, you're going to make Jane blush. It's going. Yeah, I hear you had a visit from a professional today. It makes it sound like some hitman rolled up on Sarah and Des. That really wasn't what I meant. But anyway, whatever. Maybe people will think you're more of a badass if that's what they think. I mean, you are pretty much of a badass, but like also, I don't know if you're like hitman badass. You know what I mean? I feel like there's like degrees of badassery. Is that true? I think that's true. Jason's Lassie always makes me blush. Mom, hi. Good to see you. Yeah, so, today, I don't know. Today, today was a day. Today was just a day, and it was a day for no reason, and here we are, together. And this is bound to make everything better, right? Right. Abby, hi. Tackling forms today. An amount I hope no living soul ever has to. I'm sorry, Abby. I'm sorry for forms, but hopefully this means good things. Arcadia says degrees of badassery. My master's is in badassery. You have a master's in badassery? Of course you do. Of course you do. You'd have to, because you are the referee of badassery. Yeah, good luck in the paperwork mines, exactly. Lassie says there's also degrees of badass hitman, such as normal hitman, and then there's Agent 47. I don't know who Agent 47 is. Abby says, I don't know where to start. No wonder they recommend doing this through a lawyer. Yeah. Arcadia says it's actually in politics and international relations, but that's not nearly as cool. Oh no, that's a high degree of badassery, because you want to know who else has, well, I don't have a master's degree, but I do have a bachelor's degree in politics and international relations. This girl, who is obviously a badass. I mean, look at my pink hair and my challenging exploration of the world of bare midriffs. What? Lassie says, God damn it, Leah knows stuff better. No, I'm just gonna have to turn the TV thing back on again so that y'all can like provide me with references all over again. Oh, it's from a video game. Bald guy from the Hitman games. I am aware of the existence of Hitman games. I think I even saw Santa maybe play one, and maybe Kamesy. I feel like, but I didn't know that was his name. Abby says, yeah, but it's about fish law. No, it isn't. It's about, well, okay, okay, so it is. It's about international law, yeah, but like more than just fish, Abby. I just did a major paper on fish. So it was my capstone project that was about fish. I know things about things other than fish, Abby. Dirtle says shift is done and I'm not listening again. Hello, Dirtle. Are you now pantsless? How is it that like Mel comes in here and tells us all we have great breasts? Dirtle comes in here and I ask if Dirtle is pantsless yet. I feel like this is not how Twitch is actually supposed to go. Like I feel like we actually might be brushing up against the outer limits of TOS here. This is fine. Mom says I had a visit from a professional today too. Hopefully you didn't get visited by a hitman either. Too, sort of. And now I have a new internet connection, fiber optic, amazing. Now I'm at AT&T trying to make a landline into a cell phone connection. Cute top. Cute top, yes, hey, cute top alert. Yes. So yes, yeah. So yeah, Des says yes, same. Wait, oh yes, Santa. No, okay, yes, it was Hitman. Yeah. So part of the reason, so today, well, let me catch up on chat first. Okay, so, this is your stream. You created this environment, Des, my love, Des, darling. You started the breast thing. That's your fault. Okay. Yeah. No wonder you can't even spell it. You're so innocent. You can't even spell it. Abby says, then I come into the and you then I come in and you straight up call me a butt. Did I might have done that actually. Yeah, I might have. Lassie says, I feel like this is exactly how Twitch is meant to be. You could very well be right. Foiled by the keyboard, damn it. But at least it's cute. It may be spelling things wrong for you, but it's hella cute. Yeah, so yeah, see? So cute. So cute. It's a very cute keyboard. If you guys have not seen Dez's cute keyboard, you should go into Dezscussion in the Discord. In fact, if you're not in the Discord, you can be in the Discord and you can partake of all the amazing wonderfulness that is happening in the Discord at all hours of the day and night because we are an international community. Right. The things that I did do today, the things I intended to do today were much larger and broader in scope than what I actually did today. But what I did today is I did marinate this chicken. So Lassie really said, hey bitch, the last time I gave you a 25-minute recipe, it took you 3.5 hours, possibly 4. How about I give you a recipe? Lassie wouldn't talk like that, by the way. This is me. This is Leah editorializing this. How about I give you a recipe that the only thing you have to do is put a pre-marinated object in a baking dish and bake that shit. How long do you think you can take to do that? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Because I have, well, I'll show you guys. I kind of wish I had been able to like let you guys see the marinade because it is definitely one of those. So here it is. Here it is. Why didn't I hear that sound? Did you guys hear that sound? Oh, I might not have fixed my, okay, wait, I know. Hold on. I know actually. Let me fix this first and then I'll talk about, okay, there we go. Yeah, so, Noob, thank you for the resubscription. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you for the resubscription. I hope you enjoy your emotes and your continued ad-free viewing. I appreciate you for lots of reasons, but most specifically right at this moment, that one. Oh, and Sarah has now put the computer specs too. Aha! Noob, you hear that? There's computer specs in Discord. I expect to see a running goose here any second. You heard the sound. Okay, good. I like that you're ahead. I was like in your head I was so aggressive. I mean, yeah, you fight bears, Lassie. Of course you're aggressive. Right. So I marinated the chicken and it actually, I wish I had been able to do it on stream. I didn't want to because I wanted to make sure that it said you could marinate it for 30 minutes to 4 hours essentially. And I was like, let's just fall somewhere in between there. 30 minutes doesn't really seem like enough time, but 4 hours is too long. And so let's cut it in half. Hi, Ash, your stupid phone. Oh, your See, I interpreted you as aggressive again, and then I responded in kind. I'm sorry you're at work, Ash, but thanks for popping in and saying hi. So this recipe is very much one of those like season until your ancestors tell you to stop thing. It's got 12 cloves of garlic in it. Which, like, I don't object to. I love garlic. Garlic is great. But usually what happens is I'll see a recipe and it'll have like 1 clove of garlic and also I'll put 3. Or it'll have 3 cloves of garlic and I'll put 4. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll put an extra one in. This one had an entire head of garlic in it for 14 chicken drumsticks. So this is a lot of garlic. It also had a tablespoon of black pepper. I'm like, Okay. Go on with you. Recipe. A tablespoon of black pepper is a lot of black pepper. Not that I'm objecting. I'm not. I'm sure it's going to be great. Um, okay. Always back to lurk. Okay. And mom is. I'm keeping mom company while she waits for AT&T to move my landline onto my cell phone. Ooh, good luck with that. Right. So the other thing that I did today, well, I did two other things today. One other thing that I did today is I sent an invoice to the company that I did the cooking class for because they told me that I should send them an invoice so that they can pay me. So that's exciting. But I don't have an invoicing system. I don't have that kind of level of accounting system for my streaming business. Twitch sends me a thing. Ko-fi sends me a thing. I send the things to Grog and taxes are done. It's like not that big of a deal. And so I had to figure out how to make an invoice. I ended up doing it in Canva because I was just like, do I need like an invoicing system for my one invoice a month that I'm gonna do as long as I do this? Probably not. Um, and then I so I know you guys probably don't care about this. I don't know. I mean, you're here, so obviously you have some level of affection for my blather. I went online when the Nordstrom anniversary sale started. So this is like a department store, hashtag non-sponsored, American department store for those of you who are not Americans. And every fall they have an anniversary sale in the summertime on their fall clothes. So you would think that like you would put things on sale after the season is over, but that's not how they do it. They put things on sale before the season starts. And so I was like, okay, I need potentially new running shoes. I need a new bra. I need a couple of t-shirts, like some of my like regular wear it all the time like t-shirts are just worn out. Workout clothes. I'm like, ordinarily I wouldn't go hard on a sale because that's just not how I shop. But for this one, I was like, you know what? Let's just place a big order for all the things that look good and cute, and then I will try them all on and see what fits and what I like and return everything that doesn't, so I don't actually have to physically go to the store in the middle of the biggest sale of the year. Um uh Mom says QuickBooks does invoices. No, I don't use financial software. Not even a little bit. Jane says, here's a fun Jane fact. For a while, several years ago, I was that person who would do that for you. What? Oh, you were the AT&T person who moved landlines onto cell phones? Fun Jane fact. You should have saved that for Two Truths and a Lie. Not that we've been playing that recently. Um, Sarah says, in case anyone is interested, oh, that is a beast of a PC. Noob. Yes. Um, Lassie says, can't be half-assing a marinade. Full asses only. Yes. Full ass marinades only. Hi Baker. Hi. I saw you said hello this morning and I lost track of the day. So I did yeah, so I tried on one, two, three, four, five pairs of leggings, a pair of bike shorts that I did end up keeping, but I don't know if I'm a bike short girl. I don't know if I'm a bike short girly. You guys, everybody walks around here in their cute little matching sets, their cute little matching bike shorts, and their cute little matching crop tops. And I am all about rocking a crop top, obviously. But I don't know if I can do it in bike shorts. So it might have to have a t-shirt over it, but that's okay. Noob says it's a rock solid gaming system. Gaming wise is about as good as it can get. Mom says, so sad you're not here. There are 3 people here trying to do it. Oh my God. Just a morning hello, no obligations attached. I know. And one of the lovely, wonderful things about you that I appreciate so very much is that there are never any obligations attached, which is great because sometimes brain do be braining. And I never have to worry about my brain braining where you're concerned, which is a lovely quality to have in a friend. Sarah says, don't be a coward, do it. Are you saying, you're saying walk around in a crop top and biker shorts? I could, yeah, okay. Noob says, well, apparently I'm the only one not seeing the message. Wait, what? The only one not seeing what message? Is Discord broken? No, you guys are having a conversation. I see things. My own. I tried resending the Twitch message. Oh. Oh, let's see if it sends this. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, it's there. That's weird. Are you on mobile? Because sometimes I find that like mobile for whatever reason isn't scrolling up automatically. Like when you post your comment and then it doesn't like scroll up so that you can see your own comment. It's the comment above you. It's so weird. All right, so Sarah says the only way to get better would be to go 50-90 and a larger PSU. Then water cool the whole thing. But we don't OC now, so now worries it's got I don't know what this means. Oh, Des says I want to pick up a few squirts. Seen some recently that look cute. Mom says squirts are perfect. Baker says, yeah, mobile sometimes has me to force scroll down. No worries. There we go. Okay, I understand now. The key is to scroll up more than click more messages below. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. It should just scroll up automatically. Like, come on. Chat should be able to do this. Noob says the thing about the 5090 is if you're playing below 4K, by the time that difference matters, there's like 3 new generations of GPUs out. This is all going like right over my head, which is totally fine. Sarah says that's true. I'm only gaming at 4K 120 on the 5080. I know vaguely what these things mean, but I don't know why it matters, and I don't need it explained to me right now because I need to start this chicken. So anyway, I ended up keeping this, obviously. This is new, so cute, love it so much. Probably my favorite thing I bought, which is why I'm wearing it now. Black leggings, gray leggings that match the bicycle shorts and the crop top. A beige t-shirt. It's like it's like from their teenager line. It was like $10, but it looks cute and I like it. And then the aforementioned new bra, which I'm also wearing, but I'm not going to show that. And I think that was it. The shoes didn't fit. They didn't fit right. They were too narrow. There were a couple of other sports bras they weren't like enough. They weren't supportive enough. Like, why make a sports bra that's like essentially a ribbed tank top? Like, there were 2 of them like that from 2 totally different brands and 2 totally different styles. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but like, and I get making that in like an extra small for the itty bitty titty committee, right? Like, that's totally cool, but like, I'm a large, extra large. Like, you would think that you would know that like that's not just my shoulder width, right? Like, that's actually that I have tits. So tits that need, a little oomph, at least for physical activities like that, right? Like, anyway, they were basically glorified crop tops that just had absolutely no support at all, and I was very disappointed. And then there was another white t-shirt. It was a white t-shirt, and it was the kind of white t-shirt that was totally see-through, and I'm just not down with that. So back it goes. Okay, Lassie says you shouldn't have to do so, but guess what? You do. It's quirky. I'm quirky. I love that. Ash says bigger is better. Are we talking about computers or what exactly here? I'm really hoping we're not talking about tits. Des says, do you really need to start it? We could keep you distracted. Oh, numbers, that doesn't help. No, it doesn't, Ashwinder. No, it doesn't, and I suspect you knew that already. Sarah says hides in 1440p UW on a 4090, looking fabulously. Thank you. Hi, Andy. Hi, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? Good to see you. Sarah says this is already better than like 98% of all the gaming PCs out there. Lassie says I need to start this chicken, goes on a rant. Hi, Blink. I've come in at an interesting point in the conversation. Blink, they're all interesting points in the conversations. I realize you've been away for a while, but
you're
surely...
hot, Cupcake.
Morning, Alice. But surely you recall that this is how things go around here. Sarah says both is good. Noob still plays games on low. Really? Ashwinder says, "Oh God, I sent that before the bra conversation." Thank you. Good. You're fine. You're totally fine. Although your dismay is endlessly amusing to me. Um, uh, yeah, I can compliment Blink's boobs. We can totally do that. That's a thing we can do. Um, Ashwinder says, "I didn't realize that I'm malnourished right now." Don't be malnourished, bud. Go eat something. You got a protein bar? You got a refrigerated shake situation? Don't be running around work malnourished. You do recall it still amuses you. I'm glad. Oh, we're leaving blues moobs out of this. Yeah, but they look great. Yeah, see, exactly. Okay, so what I just love how as I look down, a post appears in NSFW Horny Kitchen. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my phone so that I'm not distracted. All right, but hey, this is what we're doing. Heather, hi, hello, how are you? Things have already gotten completely out of control today. We're only 26 minutes into stream. Let me go here. Des says, okay, so maybe this is my fault. Yep. Ashwinder says I could chug this cough medicine I'm stocking. How about no? How about no, not that? How about we make a different choice? A better choice. Okay, so Noob says, yeah, stuff like Fort, Rivals, and multiplayer stuff gets turned down because it keeps the frame rate smooth and there's less clutter. Yeah, that's a very common thing. In fact, it was actually really interesting. I guess Twinkies went off on kind of a rant about like settings again recently because somebody was asking for his settings and they were like, "Oh, those are old," and he was like, "Yeah, but I haven't changed them." And anyway, so he was talking about how he always has his. So he went back through them for this person like very quickly on stream. And somebody was like, "Oh, why do you play on performance mode? Don't you have an amazing computer?" And he's like, "Well, first of all, no, not really. But also it's because grass gets in the way of sniper shots." And I was like, "Wow, okay, that's commitment. I don't have that level of commitment. I want my game to be pretty." Um, Ashwinder says life is insanely busy. I hate it. I'm sorry your life is that busy. But in all seriousness, prioritizing self-care is important. Food, water, rest, exercise. I know you've got work and I know work demands a lot, but please fuel yourself properly. We love our friend. Baker says this is fun. No robo tripping. Sarah says I tend to like FSR more. This looks always smudgy. I don't know what this means. Lassie says Ash actually get food or something. Yeah, coach says. Your coach says, Ash, get food or something. That says loading into Rivals yesterday was so nice. Wait, did it load any faster? Did your shaders load any faster? Because the shaders in Rivals are like a whole other universe of shaders. Dirtle didn't know that one could stock cough medicine. You can stalk anything, Dirtle. I mean, it might not be as emotionally rewarding to stalk cough medicine as it would be to stalk, like, I don't know, antelope. I don't know what people stalk. Is it not nice today? Has she played Marvels yet today? Noob played with me yesterday, so a call back to that. It ran nice today too. Wait, did you play Marvels today? What were you doing? Baker says, take care of yourselves, y'all important. Exactly. Ash says, thank you. I'll probably take a break early soon. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Noob says, nah, you know how that works. D1 is awesome. D2, you're used to it. Oh my God, it did. And then getting to pick the character screen was instant. Really? Oh, okay. I wonder if maybe mine is, well, I mean, I know mine is like a little bit on the older side. It's like a 30, what is it, a 3080? think it's a 3070. I'm not really sure what. It's a 30 though. Lassie says, Ash, would installing a chairlift on stairs in your area help with life being busy? Because I could install some. I need the practice before I put them in my mother-in-law's house. Fair. Hey, look, there's a Grog. Hi, Grog.
Hello.
Grog has his head in the refrigerator. Grog proving he's drinking water, I guess. Des says I loaded Marvels up today because there was a play 15 minutes of Marvel for this item in Discord. Okay, all right. Loot Goblin Des strikes again.
What kind of dog is he?
He's French.
Wait, was there also a Chester? Oh, there is a Chester. Hi, Chester. Noob says they remember you mentioning it being a 3070 Ti. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, I don't even know what my thing is. Grog wants me to hydrate. All right, fine. I'm gonna need to refill my water soon. This doesn't mean practicing with Ashwinder life before mother-in-law. Wait, what? He is. He's a cute little dude. He must have gotten too hot on his walk because now he's kind of, yeah, plopped for sure. Sarah was on a 3080 and it was starting to show its age rather drastically. Yeah, mine is not. It's not drastic. Yeah, it's not drastic. I'm doing okay. Like, I can stream. I don't have any problems streaming Fortnite. I do have trouble streaming Rivals into Discord, but apparently I'm not the only person who has that problem, so I don't know if that's my computer or what. I don't even have trouble streaming Rivals, like, onto Twitch. Like, that's not a big deal. He was very unenthusiastic about walkies. Well, it's hot as fuck outside. It's really hot outside. Jane can't wait to be plopped, honestly. This is what my brain does. I have no idea why. I remember basically all numbers except for phone numbers. Sarah says I was running on a 2K UW, so it didn't quite keep up. Oh yeah, I have a 24-inch monitor that I think I specifically bought because woohoo, it does 60 frames. So I think I'm pretty much capped there, which probably explains a lot of things. Alice's Rivals doing rival things. Yeah. And it does take forever to load shaders, but that's not that big of a deal. It's fine. As soon as you are in the game, it's not a big deal. Noob is holding back such a rant about 2K. Well, you and Sarah can rant at each other all you want. I can't promise you I'm going to read it because I don't understand any of those things. I mean, I'll read it, but I might not read it out loud because it's just going to sound like gobbledygook to me. Okay. Okay. Blink says, so I learned there's a Stranger Things D&D thing that WotC is going to be releasing. I had not heard that. Lassie said, well, I've never installed one before, so it's possible it might take out the first person to use it, potentially. As Ashwinder's, adventurous. Baker says, and as a metalhead, I'm sad today because we lost Ozzy this morning. He just did his farewell concert 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that from a Threads friend. He was very sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you lost someone whose work you valued. I've never been a metalhead, and I'm only vaguely aware of Ozzy, but it is sad when we lose our icons.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Hi, Geek. Good to see ya. Good luck with work. Dirtle says, I am home now. Time for shower. To the oven. All right. Go enjoy your oven shower. We'll see you back here in a bit. Grog says, yeah, last gasp of WotC trying to ring customers out of Stranger Things. Blah blah 2K60 fine frames higher res. I don't know. Hi, Brig. Good to see you. Hi. Grog says I actually got to see Ozzy at the Jay Leno taping in 2005. Was that when he was doing his reality show? Baker says just glad I got to see the full Sabbath with him and Pantera in the same concert. Big memory. Saw that concert with my mom. Ah! Des says oven shower sounds dangerous. I mean, why would an oven shower be any more dangerous than showering in like a gas oven? Like it's all like gas heated, right? Like isn't that like a thing? Grog says, I mean, it's the only problem if it's an electrical oven. If it's an electric oven, then you have issues. Grog says he was actually exactly as he always appeared in other venues. So how's that chicken coming? Right, chicken. There's a whole chicken thing happening here. There's supposed to be a chicken thing happening. Maybe we should like turn on an oven. I didn't put this on the website yet. It's just it was that kind of day. 450. 450. Okay. Well, 450. All right. So 450, we should be able to do the potatoes at the same time because this is going to be. Oh, that's not what I'm doing. What am I doing? We should be able to do the potatoes at the same time. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is that I think usually I would do this in a glass pan, but 450 is kind of borderline for glass. So, don't I have a metal? Oh, here it is. I guess technically it's a roasting pan, but it's not the roasting pan I used the turkey for. I used this one. So I'll put it in here. A whole chicken. Actually 7 partial chickens in theory. Baker says, yeah, I hear he's always the same character no matter where and when, and apparently he smells fancy. Wild. Grog says, yes, Brig, I'm old, get off my lawn. An entire chicken. Yep, Brig is banned, unsurprising. Multiple drums of one. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Omegas Prime, good to see you. Hi. We're casting spells. What the heck? It's like I breathed wrong or something. That was weird. Weird. Okay, hi, sorry. Nether says I will be trying to make more Okyadon on Thursday. I don't know what that is. What is that? Mutant chicken with what, like 12 legs? Yeah, exactly. It's a mutant chicken. It's like a chicken, like a centipede, but a chicken. Nether says, because I got that multi-cooker pressure cooker that I was talking about. Heck yeah. Amazing. This has been there, done that. Baker says, don't, weird. It's weird to what? Wait, what? Okay, so Nether says mother and child bowl, chicken and egg over rice. Ah, that sounds good. That sounds actually really good. I bet that was delicious. All right, oven is heating to 450 degrees. While we wait for the oven to heat, we're gonna get these potatoes set up because I'm gonna do potatoes at the same time because I can. I think I'm gonna put foil on these because it's gonna roast pretty hot at 450. Chicken is cooked in a soy sauce broth mix with onion. That sounds delicious. That sounds really good. Noob says, so good news and bad news. Technically, most chicken eggs aren't fertilized, so it's not their child you're eating. I think you can extrapolate the bad news. Okay, so now there's then you pour egg into it and let it cook just a little bit more as the egg pretty much cooks through the mixture. That makes sense. Brick says the only way to improve that dish would be to serve it in one of those plastic screaming chickens. Brig refers to a plastic screaming chicken as if this is a thing that everyone is familiar with. And just tell that to the Japanese cuisine authorities. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Because, like, you know, hold on a second. This is not actually working that well for me. Let me do this. Okay. And then, okay, well, that one is kind of dead, but the rest of these are looking okay. The only thing that I would say is, what is with these potatoes? This is so funny. We got these at the farmer's market, and they're a little bit hinky. What is with that potato? Looks like a duck. Does that look like a duck? Or like a, I don't know, maybe like a whale? Like with its, like a whale with its tail up? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna wash these though, because they're kind of dirty. Baker knows plastic screaming chicken. They're annoying and hilarious. Sarah is familiar with the plastic screaming chicken. Berg says Noob will have an emote of the plastic screaming chicken. Would I like a video? Des says you're familiar with it, you just don't realize it. Are you sure, Des? Are you sure? I hadn't seen a lot of famous memes. Do you remember the day that we were playing Fortnite and you all were just like, all y'all millennials were sharing all your vines or whatever with the ancient Xer who was like, what the fuck is that? Anyway, and then you guys were all like, oh, I guess you just had to be there. Noob says, so that would be amazing. I fully expected to make that noise it makes when held underwater when you squeeze it back out. Why the fuck did chicken get modded? Sarah sees a swan. Okay, so this is like here. We'll just. Oh, did I break it? I don't remember if I broke it. I'm gonna just sit this right here, and you guys can tell. You can't really see it against the. I'm just gonna sit it right here, and you guys can tell me like looking at clouds what you think that potato looks like. Des says I'm absolutely sure you know what this is. Baker says you'll know it probably. Noob has that emote of a chicken. What is that? Why does it only have one eye? Or what is that? Oh, it's a dude eating a chicken drumstick. That's not a chicken. Now, this is one of my favorite dishes. Oh, Sarah, you can send that to Des and she can post it. Grog approved this. You realize your wife is a mod here and you can just yell across the room, right? Blink says, I remember in my Japanese class, we all had to take a minute to process that name when we learned about it. It's a little bit of a dark humor thing, isn't it? It's kind of good. Lassie says the ancient Xer, aka like one of the younger Gen X people alive today. Yes. I'm also only dubiously X. It depends on what date you go by. Baker says it's chicken. It's a man eating chicken. I got it. Yes. It looks like Nemo eating a drumstick. Sarah says, I forget someone trusts my wife with more than a pillow, and I barely trust her with that. Yeah, well, maybe, Sarah, that says more about you than it does about your wife. She doesn't use that emote on me. She only bonks me. I actually think these are just a little bit dusty. I actually think they could just use a little rinse. I don't actually think they're that bad. What did Sarah do now? Nearly cut her finger off pulling weeds. Recently? Please don't tell me you're bringing up a 20-year-old grudge in my chat. Lazzy says 44. We lined a pan with aluminum. We did. But the chicken's already marinated. I'm preheating the oven. The oven is preheating. It's only at 215 degrees. I can't put the chicken in it yet. Besides, you knew this is going to be a 3-hour stream. I mean, you should know that this is going to be a 3-hour stream, or, more or less. I mean, I wasn't just going to be like, hey, oven's preheated. We're going to let it cook and we'll be out of here in an hour. Are you new here? Have you been here before? Kamesy. Hi, Kamesy. Oh, Cake Master, hi. Just prep some chops for tomorrow. Excellent, cool. Sounds delicious. Wait, Noob says I missed Noob's comment. I can't scroll up. Fish moly? Someone wanted fish? Fish? Who wanted fish? We're having chicken. Sarah says no, which is why I don't trust her with anything harder than a pillow. No, more like 10 years ago? That doesn't make it any better. That doesn't make it any better. Ancient grudges being produced in my chat. Cake Master loves chops. Is gonna grill them. That sounds amazing. I don't know how much to cut these. Probably more than that. I kind of don't want to though. I kind of want to make them big. So I think I'm gonna roast them big and then we can cut them up little to eat them. She was helping me do it when we moved into our first house. Which has been on the brain recently, as I understand, since y'all actually managed to get out from under that. Blink says, for the record, writing Japanese in Romanji just feels wrong. I'm gonna have to trust you on that one. Okay, thank you for giving that shout out to Kamesy. Thank you. Kamesy, what's day after day? How did I miss that? I thought I'd seen all of your recent streams lately, but I guess I missed that one. I'm just gonna cut off this little spot right here. Don't want that. But yes, if you guys are not following Kamesy, especially those of you who are awake in the wee hours of the morning, although Kamesy streams a lot of the time, kind of, at various times of day. So, but definitely drop Kamesy a follow. It does a lot of variety content, some productivity, like co-working, body doubling type content. And it's just an all-around lovely human that we like a lot. Okay, that one's yucky. We're gonna cut off that little piece. We don't want that. Alpine High. Lassie says I'm not new here. Doesn't mean I can't give you a hard time about it. You are not new here. That's true. And that's true that you can definitely give me a hard time about it. You have permission and everything. Grog. Oh no. Blink says Sarah digging up old grudges from their graves seems on brand for him. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what y'all did to Sarah, but like Sarah's usually pretty kind to me. He hasn't told me to fuck off in at least 48 hours. Tonight is burgers. Okay, I'm kind of jealous. I mean, I'm having yummy, delicious chicken drumsticks and potatoes, but also burgers sound amazing. Burgers and dogs and tots sounds terrific. I'm gonna cut the head off this little whale, duck, swan situation. Blink says once you get past the scariness of the Japanese writing system, it just kind of feels better than trying to use the Latin alphabet. I'm gonna have to take your word for that. I neither speak nor read nor write any Japanese at all in the slightest. Lassie says on the rubber, a chicken Brigo was talking about when you squeeze it, it makes it sound like something trying to make rock and roll with a kazoo. Okay, that's evocative. Also, I am almost certain I've never seen such a thing. Okay, Kamesy says it was the demo for an upcoming Otome Viznov, where the main character is saved after her ship is sunk and doesn't really remember what happened or why she was headed to the location she ended up on, and then she gets caught in a Groundhog Day sitch. Okay, that actually sounds terrific. So, how was it? Was it good? Okay, Sarah says we haven't really spoken since like Thursday, so that's true. It's true. I meant to reach out to you this weekend, but now I'm glad I didn't after hearing how busy you were. So we'll connect at some point soon.
Dessert.
Chef John, hi friend. Okay, let me just read through chat really quick because I know we're gonna get a bunch of raiders in here. Oh no, oh no, oh no, everything is just scrolling now. Oh no, I have completely lost track of my chat. I'm declaring chat bankruptcy. Welcome friends, you pen gamer. Luna Luna hi, Chef John hi. Hello, hi friends. Welcome in. Yo, don't spam the I'm chat bankrupt. I fully am. Ooh, is it ooh, okay. Ooh. Mmm. I'm struggling with this one a little bit. I don't want to call you bad. Abad? Ab, 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 Abadas? Abadu? Help me out with your name here so that I can address you properly. Yep, absolute chaos, complete chaos, total chaos as usual.
They got the mustard.
Thank you, Blink. I love how days.
Oh, my cabbages!
I love how days that like I have max. Serge, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I love how days when I have literally like 10 minutes of hands-on work. This is a set the menu redemption. I'm making chicken drumsticks that have already been marinating in the refrigerator for like 2 hours. I have nothing to do. All I had to do was cut potatoes, pour some olive oil on it, salt and pepper. It's gonna be the chillest thing in the history of ever. And chat does this.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
You read it like Abadoos. Okay, all right, that works too. That works too. You expect stream to be chill. Luna is like, yeah, you're on the wrong platform. I'm sad to inform you that you are confused. Okay, can we do? I'm sure we did a shout out for Chef John, but can we do another one, please, so it doesn't get lost? Nether, aren't you already a VIP? What aren't you? You're not. You're not already a VIP. Okay, you take all pronunciations. Okay, so we're gonna call you Deathclaw 2. No, I'm kidding. This is totally fine. But yeah, I will absolutely. We'll stick with Abadoos since we like that one. Okay, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna VIP another. Enjoy your pink diamond, Nether. Thank you so much for hanging out here often enough to earn your little VIP diamond. I appreciate it so very much. Let me catch up here. Let me catch up. Yeah, if you don't want chaos, go to YouTube. No, I obviously do want chaos. I am not actually complaining. I'm just, you know. And Blink wants grog with grog. Okay, we're gonna push pause on the grog with grog. We're gonna do that after the ad break because I do have an ad break coming in 8 minutes, and that way Grog can think about what he wants to do while we're doing things. And Lassie redeemed treat Leah. Okay, we will do that too. We'll have a snack when we have our cocktail. But first of all, here's the important thing. Look, the shout out scrolled again. And before I got a chance to talk about my wonderful friend, Chef John Leung. If you people are not following him, I don't know what to tell you at this point. We've rated him so many times, and look, he's reading us back. How lovely of him. He's so sweet, in addition to being an amazingly talented chef. You guys, this guy is the GOAT. I have never been in, I want to say I've never been in a food stream that like, but I have rarely been in a food stream when I felt like as in securely good culinary hands as I do in Chef John's. He focuses mainly on Asian cuisines, sometimes with a fusion angle, sometimes super traditional stuff. And all of it looks incredible. It looks delicious. He talks about technique. He's also a lot of fun. And I think if you guys enjoy it here, you would definitely enjoy it there because it's approximately the same level of chaos all the time. I feel like this is just like a really good matchup, and you guys should definitely drop him a follow if you haven't. If you don't know me and you haven't yet followed, hi, I'm Leah. I do a lot of cooking content here on this channel, usually 2-3 days a week. We're in the kitchen. The other 2-3 days a week, we're usually playing Fortnite or some other game, but usually Fortnite. So hopefully that sounds like something that might be fun to you, whether the cooking or the Fortnite, and you want to come back. So drop us a follow because we would love to have more of Chef John's chat energy in our lives. Des can do this all day. Des is like, I can do this all day. Hopefully all of you know what that reference is. Okay. Sarah says if you do it right, the cocktail is the snack. No, you know what? The direction that my brain went, we're gonna reel that in. We're gonna dial it back. We're gonna come back to that. Noob says those shoutouts are so fast. The new keyboard is on fire. Dez's shoutouts are always super fast. Super fast. Chef John says, since I stream days sometimes now I can raid you. Yeah, that's really fun. It's really fun. It's nice to get our folks co-mingled together because yeah, we have a similar vibe, similar energy, although you're way more talented than I am. Des says it helps when the space bar actually works. Yeah, right, that's true. And Des would also like you to know what my schedule is, which is actually correct for this week. So we're here in the kitchen until about 7 today, and then we're live again with Fortnite tomorrow at 7 a.m. So if you're more of an early morning person, you can come check us out then. We're gonna do more cooking on Thursday. I think it's gonna be Dutch crunch rolls, I think is what we're gonna do. It's going to be like a yeast bread situation, a specific kind of yeast bread situation from my childhood in the San Francisco Bay Area. Pixie, hi, hello. Speaking of other people that I owe DMs to, we're racking them up today. But hi, it's so good to see you. I hope things are well. Sarah says she's got a not clicky keyboard and it has a bad ass, Did Dez's keyboard get visited by a hitman too? Is that what happened there? About badassiness? Yes. Bassness. It was invaded by a fish. Grox's drink recipe and Demon Rum channel in Discord. Oh, are we making a thing? Ooh, okay. Oh, bass like low tones. Oh, okay. All right, got it. Royal Bermuda Yacht Club is what Grog is going to be making when we come back from our ad break. We're not going to take the ad break just yet. Yeah, drop that bass. It does have a fish on it. And Pixie is going to take one of those. Amazing. Okay, right. So, first of all, if you need to go, either Chef John or any of the folks who came in on that raid. I know he's been live for a while. If you need to grab food or water, look away from your screen, take a stretch break, maybe go outside for a minute or two, get that vitamin D. I don't know. I'm not your mom, but you know what you need. Self-care is important. If you have to step away from the computer, please do. Feel free to lurk and come back or to come join us another time. We would love it if you would come say hi again. But thank you again, John, for the raid. I appreciate it. Okay. Yes, right there. It says right there. Luna has to get ready for volunteering for animal shelter, so I'll be lurky. Animals! Another animal lover. Amazing. We have a dog. He's a rescue. We got him from actually from an animal shelter. It's not even from a rescue. I don't know
what
where
kind of dog
though.
is he?
He's French.
Go.
With
Oh, you get to help tame spicy kitties. Oh, I love that. That'll up their adoption chances. Oh, what a good human you are. And hopefully you enjoy it too. It's so good to meet you. Baker says, bless you and the work you do. Exactly. Yeah, Grog says he's sacked out in front of the window. Oh yeah, there's a little sunny spot in front of the window that he likes. How is that goodest of boys? He's okay. He's doing good. He over the winter, he's our little senior puggle. So he's a pug beagle cross. And we've had him for 13 years now. That's the oven. So we can actually put things in the oven now, which is exciting. Yes. Yeah, I know I have ads. But he's 14 and a half. He's a little old man. He'll be 14 years in September. He had a little bit of digestive issues over the winter that we had to kind of work through. And then he had a little surgery earlier this month that he's recovered really well from. Hopefully, I mean, fingers crossed, he's quite healthy. But, you know, he is our little old man. Puggles don't typically live much past where he is now. So eventually we will lose him, and that's very sad. But, you know, this is what happens when you love the aminals, because they don't last as long as we do. Luna has a pup and a kitty and can tell more about them later on. Yeah, go do your volunteering. I'll catch up with you either here or in Chef John's chat. It was really lovely to meet you though. Thank you. Wait, unless tortoise. We're just unless tortoise, or was it turtles? Oh, what? I've missed something entirely. Anyway, regardless. Okay, if you're new here, here's the way we handle ads. So no one misses anything. I take a 3-minute ad break every hour. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and throw this chicken in the oven. We're going to throw the potatoes in the oven. I'm going to season them, obviously, you know, which I haven't done yet, but that'll just take a few minutes. And then when we come back, it won't be me, it will be Grog. He's going to make us a little drinky poo. And then I will have a snack. We'll get stuff in the oven, and then we'll be ready-ish thing. I don't know, assuming chat doesn't devolve into chaos again, which what are the chances of that? But you won't miss anything because we're not going to do anything until we come back from the ad. So we will see you back here in 3 minutes. Peekaboo! But it will let you milk them. In real life, you can wear pants as a hat, which is how we know the real world is truly mad. Fair. Yeah, no, Ooh, another truffle. Let's make some truffle oil. Is that barn mayo? Look at me go! I win! I got very lucky there. I got very lucky because that guy griefed himself by bopping me into the storm. Cause yeah, he would have been better off fighting that other guy, I think. Like he would have been better off fighting me than fighting that other guy. But I winned! All right. Whew! That was so exciting! Look at me running around with a crown. Excellent. Energy drink? Yeah, something plain like vodka. There's gotta be something though. Now I gotta taste it. Like licking a battery, but in liquid form. JG says vanilla vodka may work. Oh, and JG's an expert, so JG's opinion I would take. I don't think I have any vanilla vodka, but I do have a vanilla liqueur. I think I got some liqueur 43. 100. What have you guys done now? Hold on a second. I'm rearranging my refrigerator. I can't give proper thanks to people while I'm rearranging my refrigerator. Oh, dang it all to heck. All right, hold on a second. Y'all, okay. I'll be right back. Runs. What I will say is, this poll goes on forever. Yes, it is the poll that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some mods have started polling it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue polling it forever just because everyone has too many channel points. Our pot roast. Let me just say, don't take the garlic out.
Don't take the garlic out. Don't take the garlic out.
I have no answers. I have no answers here. I don't. Yes.
Debatable.
Well, they're going. We are playing Fortnite. I did finish second once. No, okay. No, leave me alone. No, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Oh,
Do
no.
not leave. Oh, thank God. Okay. Good
Good evening, everyone. As promised, I am not Leah, I am Grog. I want to apologize for the casual attire, but I walked home from the train station from work, and then right after that I walked the dog, and it was just really, really hot, and I needed to change into something a little more cool. So here we are. But you're not here, unlike my lovely life, Leah. You are not here to see my sartorial brilliance. You are here to watch me make a fine drink. And that is exactly what I plan on doing right now. The little backstory behind this, a week before last, I stumbled onto a blog post that claimed it had the 33 key rum cocktail recipes that every home bartender needed to know. Well, I already knew most of them, but I figured it was worth having the recipes around anyway, so I saved off the blog post. And when the Grog with Grog was redeemed, I pulled up the blog post and went, okay, I haven't made that one. Let's try this one. And this one is the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club. All right, let's get this started. Any good rum cocktail recipe is going to start with the rum. In this case, it calls for 1.5 ounces of aged rum. I'm going to be doing one for Leah and one for myself, so I'm doubling the recipe. So 3 ounces of aged rum. And this stuff is really, really aged. It's Eldorado, 15 years old. I normally wouldn't use something this high end for a cocktail, but I haven't made a cocktail here in a while. I haven't had much cocktails at home just because of various and sundry rest things, but hey, this got redeemed. It's time for a splurge. So, the Eldorado, followed up by a 1/2 ounce of Cointreau, or basically orange liqueur. My personal go-to is Grand Marnier. So a 1/2 ounce, actually a 1/4 ounce doubled to a 1/2 ounce. So we'll just put the rest back in the bottle. Waste not, want not. All right, followed up by a 1/4 ounce doubled to a 1/2 ounce of falernum. Falernum is essentially a lime cordial, or so a 1/2 ounce of that, followed up by a 1/4 ounce doubled to a 1/2 ounce of demerara syrup, which is actually syrup made with dark sugar. That is actually one of my favorites. If I'm going to make, unless it's like flavored sugar, I always use demerara because it's just more flavorful. And then finally, 3/4 of an ounce doubled to 1.5 ounces of lime juice, like so. Alrighty. And now comes the shake. For those of you who are new, I will explain the secret. Those of you who are regular followers here could probably, you know it by heart by this point. When you're making a cocktail, if it has no citrus in it, you stir it. If it has citrus in it, you shake it. What this, of course, means is that when James Bond orders his vodka martini, shaken, not stirred, he's doing it wrong. If it's got no citrus in it, it should have citrus. So says Brig. I might actually agree with you on that. Yeah, martinis suck. Make a lemon drop instead. Well, next time, honey, you redeem grog with grog, and I will make you a lemon drop martini. How's that? All right. And now, get out the fancy glasses. Toss in ice. And we could probably, I think the recipe, the picture for it actually showed it in a martini glass, but we currently only have one martini glass, and these glasses are just much easier to work around when you're either streaming or modding. So it's not exactly what you would get in a actual high-end bar, but what's important is the taste. Now, this recipe looked pretty darn good, and I used the best liquors I had available for this, so I have high expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club. Slanchet. Yeah, I would definitely say this does not suck. If you have too much, there are actual Angostura bitters based. Yeah, I know. We've seen recipes for them, but have you had Angostura bitter cocktails? They are vile. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Angostura bitters as a slight tweak or modification in a drink, but to have a whole drink just based on those bitters, I mean, I know, they were created in like the 18th, 19th century as like, medicinal liqueurs and stuff like that, but that doesn't change the fact that if you just drink that stuff straight, it's no, it was no Angostura based cocktails. That redemption, you will get the points refunded right back to you. Give this drink a does not suck out of 10. I'd say 8. 8. Well, noob, feel free to try it and let us know what you think. I've had them and I told you what I think. But hey, everybody's tastes are different. You may love it. We'll see. Oh, Leah hasn't had one. All right. You asked for it. I will make you an Angostura bitter cocktail, and you have to drink it on stream so that we can clip the response. Yes, you have to taste it on stream. No, you don't have to finish it, but you do have to try it on screen. And Brig, Des, be ready to clip. That's all I have to say. Let's see. Well, now you guys are talking about baking and all kinds of other stuff. So as soon as Leah is ready to come back in, we will switch off. Thank you, Leah, for making clipping so easy. Yes. Thank you. And there is your drink.
Making clipping so easy, everyone wins. I get things for socials. Y'all get to torture me with the sound of my own voice. Everybody's happy. All right, there's my charger. Do you want your phone?
Yes. I don't think you'll need it.
Probably not. Baker says I was just trying to wrap my head around the flavor if it's more sensation. Yeah, it's so the way that bitters works in cocktails. So for example, like there are times when I have had a cocktail that I will taste and I will be like, A, it's too sweet. That's kind of obvious, right? Like you're like, this is just too sweet. I don't dig it. But B, the other thing that sometimes happens with cocktails, especially tiki cocktails, if the ingredients aren't contrasty enough, they can be kind of one note. So it's just kind of like you don't get anything interesting. You just get fruity. Do you know what I mean? And so generally we use these, like we have a couple of different kinds of tiki bitters that are kind of like all like spice forwards, the cardamom and cinnamon and that kind of thing, like spicy spice, all spice and stuff in them. And then that little hint of bitterness, which is bitters, you know, obviously is like that flavor. And it just adds some complexity to it. So it's the same thing as like salt with baked goods, which I use that is why I use that analogy, because like you're not going to use like a lot of salt. Like you don't necessarily you're not trying to make it salty. You're just trying to balance out the sweetness a little bit so that it's not just like in your face so sweet. That's kind of like the reason for bitters in cocktails. And you usually don't use that much. You don't usually need that much. But like tiki bitters, instant cocktail rescue. Perfect. Yes, thank you, Grog. We love you. Yeah, tiki bitters, our cocktail repair kit. Exactly. Get creme delish. Hi. Hi. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Ash says that's a funny word. What do you mean too sweet? I mean, I'm a goddamn adult. I eat my vegetables and I don't want things to be the approximate level of sweetness of a lollipop. Yeah, you figured the bitter was in there somewhere. Yeah, exactly. Grog says a lot of rum cocktails, especially recipes from the 70s or 80s, can be really sweet. That's true, yeah. Ash said I had rum and simply strawberry juice, and I'm pretty sure I saw the throne of the maker. I love your Swedish chef. So good. You are very welcome, Baker. That is what I'm here for. I'm happy to explain food things. It's just that nobody ever asks. Because y'all are too busy teasing me, which is fine. I get my greens from grass-fed beef. Excellent. Ooh, I like this. What about it was not a 10 out of 10, Grog? What about it was not a grog-tastic cocktail? Really?
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, I think the El Dorado was the right choice.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the high quality rum will carry through.
I suppose that's probably true. We're just gonna toss this around a little bit. Not trying to like super duper coat these. I just want enough so that they brown properly. You know what? I should not have used this. I should have just used my hands because I would be a lot happier right now. You know, don't be afraid to touch things in the kitchen. It's fine. Because especially if I'm not like using a ton of oil, which like there's no reason why I shouldn't. I just don't like them to be like greasy coming out of the oven. We're just going to roast these. It's not going to be anything groundbreaking. Not like florals for spring. Okay, let me wash my hands because I've now touched, you know, raw potatoes covered in olive oil. And then what we're gonna do is we're actually probably only gonna need to roast these potatoes for about 25 minutes. So here's what's gonna happen. This chicken recipe that we made this marinade for, this goes from the refrigerator into a baking dish. Marinade, onions, chicken, and all. Let me just arrange these nicely so that they cook evenly. And now I have to wash my hands again. It says that the chicken should take about 35 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and get that into the oven. And then we have to figure out vegetables. Because I don't know what I'm making. Oven. So this marinade was lemon juice, lemon zest, olive oil, onion, 12 garlic cloves minced, oregano, salt and pepper, a ton of pepper, a tablespoon of black pepper. I've never used that much black pepper in anything. Cumin, paprika, coriander, and that's it. Ground coriander seed. Yeah, so that's what's in the marinade. It's so much pepper. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how this turns out. Ashwinder says, Blaker says, I just recently got a drink book with some non-alcoholic drinks in it as well. Looking forward to trying some out. Ooh, do share. We have cut back on our alcohol drinking like a lot, like a really lot, like almost never a lot actually at this stage. And so most of the time when Grog does Grog with Grog, we end up doing a non-alcoholic, like alcohol-free cocktails, mocktails, or whatever you want to call them. Things that are a little bit more complicated than just like a blend of juice, but yeah, so that would be really good. It would be nice to be able to like expand our repertoire. So if you get any that you really like the look of, send them over. Grog says we have a couple of non-alcoholic drinks that are summer staples. That's true. It is a lot of pepper. Oh no, okay. Ashwinder's going back to work and the phone's dying, so have a good day. Bye, Ash. I hope you do get a snack sometime soon. Speaking of snacks, I should also have a snack because somebody tried to treat Leah and I did not do that. I'm just gonna throw some almonds in here. I don't want, this mix has like a bunch of like cashews in it, and I'm just not feeling the cashews with this drink, so I'm going to pick the almonds out of it. And the pecans, I guess. Perfect. So, Lassie, thank you for redeeming Treat Leah and for choosing our menu today. I appreciate that. Okay, I need rosemary, black pepper, kosher salt. We are going full basic on these potatoes, guys. Baker says a whole new territory for me. I'm pretty much a water, coffee, or electrolytes. Time to start having a little more variety. The ratios? Ruined? What do you mean? What ratios? I'm actually putting a fair bit of salt on here. I like the potatoes a little bit salty. And speaking of electrolytes, it is heckin' hot here, guys. So a little extra salt would not go amiss. I'm not gonna throw a ton of pepper on these potatoes. I'm ever so slightly concerned about the chicken having a lot. And I'm just using dried rosemary because that's what I have. Fresh rosemary would be better, but you know. Taking out the almonds? I mean, it's mostly only me who eats them. I mean, Grog will eat them occasionally, but most of the time it's just me. Okay. And we're just gonna make sure these are all evenly coated. Get them all nicely spread out. Okay. Wash my hands again because I'm covered in oil again. And then I have to look in the fridge because I'm not entirely sure what I bought for vegetables. I think there's zucchini in there. Maybe we'll do zucchini. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to set a timer. So let's set a timer. This is supposed to be, I'm going to do 10 minutes. And then we're going to put the potatoes in there. I don't think the potatoes are going to take 35 minutes. And I don't want them to overcook and get cold. So, cool. Right. Vegetables. What are we doing with the vegetables? So this time of year, one of the things that tends to happen is we tend to hit the farmer's market. And well, that one is not looking spectacular. Let's see what the inside. The inside looks fine. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just wash these, and I think we will probably. I think we're probably just gonna saute these guys. I don't think I'm gonna do anything especially exciting, because like this is like, this is basically the first zucchini of the summer. Like I haven't really had any zucchini yet. Something about, I don't know if it's our growing region or what, but like we get like yellow, like the little yellow patty pan squashes and the little green patty pan squashes pretty early. But these but the zucchini seem to take a little longer. Or at least they did this year.
I wear no pants. I wear no pants.
What are we grogopediaing, Lassie? Are we grogopediaing something specific? Also, welcome back, Dirtle. First zucchini of the season, better make it basic. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just like, I'm actually just thinking like, super basic, because like I feel like I feel like it gets like further into the summer, and I'm like, if I want zucchini at all, I am going to need to do something different with it, because I can't stand having another zucchini. Friends with yards, friends with gardens come in, and they're all like, please take some of the zucchini off my hands, and then you're making zucchini bread for days all of a sudden. But at least right now, one of the things that I've been doing, like especially like at lunch, I've kind of been making like a big bowl of like some kind of grain, like either, just like like a mix of brown rice and quinoa, or farro, or whatever I happen to have around in the house. And then I got these like and you could do this with anything, but I happen to get these little pouches of pre-cooked like chopped chicken. And not that this is something that I couldn't like meal prep for myself, right? Like I totally could. It's just that like I won't. It's not for my lunches. Like for dinners, sure, but like not for my lunches. And so it's nice for me to have like the like extra kind of like easy, ready to go protein for like making like grain bowls or like little salad bowls or whatever. And I'm kind of feeling the same way about the zucchini, right? So I'm kind of feeling like that would be like a good addition to my little grain bowls, and so I don't mind having some leftovers here. Yeah, Briggs says enjoy the zucchini for what it is. Exactly. Oh, Lassie says it says random. I figured it would be random. Noob says, is it a dirtle? Is it a birdle? Yes, it's a pantsless man. It's like Superman and Crypto, but pantsless man. Guys, I'm so weird. Seriously pantsless. Pantslessly serious. Yes. Okay. Sorry, but it's Magic Dirds Johnson. Okay. Grog has graced us with a random Wikipedia entry, which is the Lithuanian Rugby Federation, Lietuvos Regbio Feder. I don't know how to say it. You throw a J at me in almost any language but English, and I'm going to stumble over it. Lithuanian Rugby was founded in 1961 and joined the IRB in 1993 after Lithuania had regained its independence. It is responsible for organizing and developing the sport at various levels within the country. Although the union was formed in the 1960s, it was not considered a full-fledged national union until after the breakup of the USSR. That was pretty random. Lithuanian rugby. Now we are all a little smarter on the subject of Lithuanian rugby than we were a few minutes ago. Go us. I mean, it's sports related. It's a random Wikipedia entry that's appropriate for Lassie. Lassie, have you ever watched rugby? I like rugby a lot, actually. I like watching rugby a lot. That's a lot of zucchini. Okay. I'm not going to start this yet because if I start this, it'll be done and cold by the time we're done. I am just going to put a little bit of olive oil in there, though. And we can heat that up when it's appropriate to do so. Grog says, as the bumper sticker of the local rugby amateur league says, give blood, play rugby. Yes. Dirtle says, shall we turn this into a Lithuanian rugby fan channel now? No. Let's not. We already have a lot of random sports chatter that I don't mind in the slightest, but I can't keep up with it. Briggs, has anyone here ever watched men's rugby? Yes. As Grog points out, we watched the Saracens play live. The Saracens are, I think, the London team. I don't know what league they play in. I'm not that sophisticated, but I did very much enjoy that game. The reasons why I enjoyed that game, though, were not possibly the reasons that most people who enjoy rugby. Although you never know, I don't judge. Lassie says, you say that, I'm not sure. That's true. I've watched Olympic rugby. What just happened? 7, not the other rugby. That's longer and more people. Oh. I didn't know there were different kinds of rugby. Dirtle. Back from the Dirtle mines. Back from the oven shower. Pantsless and serious. Comes in here and decides to wholesale roast my ass in like the third thing that he said. Come on, why not? We would get as much cooking done as before, I'm sure. Okay, more Grogopedia. We get a bonus Grogopedia entry. Heck yeah. Saracens Rugby Club are an English professional rugby union club based in North London, currently playing in Premiership Rugby, the highest level of competition in England, and European professional club rugby. Baker enjoys rugby for a couple reasons when I've watched it. Definitely couldn't name a team. Hey, Baker. Baker. Thank you for the follow. Baker, you and I may have some of the same reasons for enjoying rugby. As a respectful appreciator of thighs of all genders, rugby players, particularly professional rugby players, have thighs for days. Hey, I didn't say that. You did this time, Dirtle. Maybe. Yeah. Also the funny thing about, yeah, right. Also the funny thing about rugby is that I don't know how else to put this. It feels super intimate in a way that most other sports don't. Like, there's a lot of like moving as a mass on, like, not just you and your team, but like the other team and your team. And it just feels very, it feels very organic. What I'm really trying to not to say is it feels super gay, you guys. It feels super gay. Anyway, Lassie says, I started watching rugby during the Olympics because of Ilona Maher. Yeah, she's fantastic. Drumstick. Oh my God, she's so great. I think she's the only athlete I follow on social media. Anyway, we're good. We're good here. I don't need to do anything with this, I don't think. I'm just gonna put the potatoes in the oven. But let me just take a quick look and see what this looks like. And see if I think I need to flip it or anything. Should I flip these? I don't know. I don't think it's gonna make that much difference. Okay, let's just let those go for another 25 minutes. In fact, I'm gonna actually set it for 20 minutes because that way that will tell me when to start the zucchini. Okay. Jane says, oh yes, when I played rugby for like 2 weeks, it was a lot of up close and personal. Wait for, okay, wait, hold on. I started because of alone. I also watched a lot of handball last Olympics for different reasons. Not because of thighs, probably not because of thighs, I would guess. I did not say that, Dirtle. I did not say that. Okay? I did not. You're trying to get me, like, canceled. But Leah Thigh Appreciator Heart is very fair. Emma Frost, to my right. Oh! Speaking of rivals. Oh my God, you guys. For those of you who don't play Marvel Rivals, the new summer skins, like the new summer outfits for these characters, some of them be very naked, you guys. Some of them be GTA level super naked. Briggs's rugby is Dirtle's reporting unclear. Please review. Leah factual heart. Yes. Yeah, outfits. Yeah, Grog was looking over my shoulder when I was checking out the new outfits, and he was like, huh. That's huh. Jane says I'm at that weird part of work where I finished a task but don't have time to start something new. Stall. Yeet Lively. Hi. Welcome to here. Lassie says, well, no, I watched Alona Mar truck someone, and that was badass enough to get me hooked. And handball is just oddly fun to watch and intense. Dirtle is writing down the quote number, I suspect, is what's happening here. I suspect that one may be making another appearance. I don't want to talk with my mouth full. Oh, Dirtle's just making sure the new quote works, is all. There's definitely no little side eye in the chat. That never happened. That's not a real thing. But yeah, Alona Mar's great. She was at like some kind of a gala thing with her sister or her sisters. Does she have two? I think she might have two sisters. And it was so good. They looked so good. And I love it when so I've always had fairly broad shoulders for a woman. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, proportionally, right? Like, I have fairly wide shoulders, and it's kind of like gives like an hourglass kind of a shape just because I have really wide shoulders. And it's like a chat, like dresses. I feel like dresses as a teenager was kind of a challenge. Like, I feel like everybody wanted to wear these like little slinky, like halter and like strapless and like off the shoulder and whatever. And I always just kind of felt like they made me look like a linebacker. I don't mind looking like a linebacker now, but as 16, I just wasn't as comfortable with that. Plus, also, it was the 90s, and the 90s was the decade of Kate Moss. And I feel like if you did not look like Kate Moss, it was like, I don't know. It was just weird. So yeah, I just, seeing her dressed up in this like super slinky, like slit to here, amazing dress with her build like healed something in 16-year-old Leah. She's just amazing. I love her so much. Lassie says I watched rugby for totally not thighs. I watch it for the athletic dominance. That is also fair. Thanks, Brig. Thanks. Leah totally does watch for thighs, though. I totally do. I totally do. Part of the reason I loved that dress on her was that it really was. I mean, it was like slit to here. Like, it was literally slit to her hip bone. Like, it was, I was like, oh, we're fine. I'm fine. This is fine. I'm fine. This is totally fine. I don't play Marvel Rivals for the thighs either, but I do appreciate them when they are presented to me. She's like 5'10" and 210 pounds. That's incredible. She's a machine. She is a machine. Chili. Hi, friend. Sorry, this is Thirst Twitter here. This is rugby player thirst trap Twitter right now. Twitch right now. We're not on Twitter. We're on Twitch. Rugby player thirst trap Twitch right now. So just beware. Outfit is slaying. It's giving goth baddie. Thank you. I do feel like a badass these days, but I think it has more to do with the hair than anything else. But thank you. I appreciate it. Speaking of baddies, did you give Chili? Yeah, you did. You gave Chili a shout out. Guys, Chili is a tremendously talented Fortnite player. She will tell you she is not, but she is. She is unreal in Reload. Reload is intense, guys. I don't even play Reload. Anyway, so she does a lot of Reload. Has a lot of really cool people hanging out with her, who love to bring up pictures of her adorable dog and kitty. Definitely not to troll her at all, or the rest of chat at all. And you should follow her if you enjoy Fortnite, because you will enjoy it very much over there, I think. Quads and hammies, please. Baker's stuck. Baker got stuck. I understand being stuck. Ooh, I am unfamiliar. Oh, Chili. So we lived in London for 6 months in 2016, and it was like one of the formative experiences of my life. One of the things that we did while we were in London, which was not the only thing we did a lot of things, was we watched a professional rugby game. Thighs, like, and when I say like tree trunks, don't think like little dinky suburban trees. Think like California redwoods. Think like your ancient Alaskan trees, untouched by humanity. Absolute units of human beings. And also Alona Mar, who's an Olympic rugby player, who's also got tremendously, I'm appreciating respectfully, I swear. Lassie is 210 pounds, but like 5 inches taller. Little bit of a beanpole. Okay, Durdles is speaking of thirst stream. Uh-oh. I only ever like to put spicy potatoes in my oh dear context is for suckers. I think the reason that was problematic was that I had literally 2 minutes, context is for suckers, by the way. I had literally called Jane a spicy potato about 2 minutes before I said that. So really, genuinely, that one seems very innocent out of context. And in context, it was anything but. I love you so much too, Chili. Blue, hi, Blue. Hey, Blue. Do you know anything about rugby players and their thighs? That's the current topic of conversation. At Durdle luckily comes providing context, which is, I wish Say My Jane were here. She's my favorite spicy potato. And we know that Brig quoted that one because it's got a U in it. Nothing is ever innocent. That is not true. There's plenty of things that are innocent here. Jane says again, I love it when you say weird stuff to me or about me. And the thing about Jane is that half the time it's a complete accident. I'm just like, I'm just like usually what happens is at the end of stream, and I'm giving all my mods shout outs because I do, like, most of them are streamers and I like to do that. And Jane is not streaming right now. And so my brain goes, Jane is not streaming. What do we say about Jane? And then Jane is a spicy potato pops out. I can't be held responsible for what my mouth does when my brain isn't there. I don't know. Blue says they are massive. They are massive. Oh, by the way, hey, yeah, you'll get this. Blue has been playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Go figure. Speaking of thirst trap worthy characters, Blue builds some of the most beautiful Commander Shepards in the multiverse. Okay, I just gotta say, yeah, if you wanna peep her characters there, you will definitely enjoy that process. Who doesn't love aggressive butter? What? Lassie's favorite quote is, we're gonna be efficient. We're being efficient. There's 9 minutes left on my timer. We're only an hour and 40 minutes into streaming. All of our food is almost cooked. I'm just standing here because there's nothing left to do. We were super efficient today. I love that the one that Lassie has memorized is the one that's we're going to be efficient today, which is never relevant here in the slightest. Noob says, oh wow, people just really go do that, huh? They just go on the internet and lie, huh? Yes. Grog, you have to put quote space ad if you want to add it to the quote bot. You can't just quote it. Yeah, I can't be responsible for what my mouth says when my brain isn't there. I'm doubling down on that one. That one's true. That one will forever and always be true. I don't like any of the DPS. Watching the fills all lock DPS instantly again. Yes. That remains true. You guys, yesterday... Wait, okay, Jane says, I don't have any of the quotes memorized. I'm just here. That's good. That's good. We appreciate that you're here. That's amazing. No, space, not under... There's no underscore. There's just a space. Quote, space, ad, and then the quote. Jane, help. All right. There are some... Those are some dirty beats. Some dirty, dirty beats. Farmers market. Dirty. The last place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space. Isn't that what you thought it was? Wait, what were you trying to grab? 143? Oh, you were trying to grab something else. 123 is the efficient one, I think you said. Hold on, I can do it. Did you figure it out, Grog? Are you trying to do it again, or have you given up?
I've given up.
Okay.
Since.
All right, it's this. Quote, space, add, and then the quote. Like that. Oh, okay. They do them thicker. Mine is a super thin one. I have no idea what that was about. But, you guys, Brig gave me the nicest compliment yesterday when we were playing Marvel Rivals. The nicest compliment. So, everybody was, I was a little early. I was done with everything I needed to do, and I was just sitting there waiting for Marvel Mondays to start, which, by the way, if you're not in the Discord, oh, do we have to do an ad break? Okay, well, we can do an ad break in a second. No, with 16 minutes. Plenty of time. If you're not in the Discord, there's a link to the Discord. We play Marvel Rivals in Discord every Monday, 5:30, for just like an hour and a half or so. It's not a super long time, but we do that together. And for whatever reason, I was super early. Des ended stream just like a little bit early. And I was just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hop into the game. I'm going to get all the shaders loaded and everything. And then by the time I'd done all of that, there was still nobody there. And I was like, okay, fine. Well, I'm just going to hop into an AI match because I need to do one match with a duelist for like a quest thing. Just because I hardly ever play. And if I'm going to get anything out of the battle pass, I have to like focus on it. Yeah, and don't use meth. Yeah. Also that. Oh, Chester, dinner time. Okay. That's why Grog thought we were taking a break, because he usually feeds the dog on the ad break, but I was running late today. Quote 133 is, "This is why I didn't want to read that comment. Leah second guessing lack of context heart." Yes. So I was literal playing a 1-star AI match. We were playing against the worst bots. Literal bots. The game has a programmed bot situation where you play the literal worst bots. There's 3 levels. There's 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star. None of them are very hard, but the level 1 bots are very, very not hard. This blessed team of 5 other players, 5 of them instant locked DPS, including me, because I was trying to do this quest, right? I needed to do, and maybe they were trying to do quest 2. That's fine. It's totally fine. It's an AI match. It shouldn't be that hard. It should be fine. Even though it was a capture and hold. So like you have to, like, there's a point that you have to get, you have to hold it and make sure that the other team doesn't. It's like playing capture the flag. You capture the point and then you can go do whatever you want, right? This team instantly died. Basically instantly died. And then like finally, and there's like 3 stages. So if you lose stage 1, you have to, like, it goes to like best 1 of 3, and then you have to win 2 matches out of the 3. And I swear, oh my gosh, Kanara, hi, hello, sorry. I'm talking about Marvel Rivals because we have 3 minutes left on the timer, and I'm obviously like done with everything. So we're just waiting for things to cook. But hi, hello, and welcome. I even though I had this quest, I'm like, we cannot lose this match against 1-star AI. And I'm a tank main, like broad shoulders, right? Like appreciation for rugby players, right? I'm a tank main. I play tank. That's just what I'm good at. And so that's what I do. We finally team wiped this AI team, right? I'm at half health. I'm standing there literally 5 paces in front of a healer. So like back here at the back of the kitchen is basically where this Luna Snow is standing. I'm standing directly in front of her. I look around for the, turn around, looking for the healers. I see her standing 5 paces from me with me half health, and she's still standing there doing nothing. There's nobody on her. There's nobody on the point. There's nobody fighting because the team got wiped. There was nobody there. And she did not heal me. I had to go find a health pack. I was like, what? I understand. Sometimes healers get distracted. Sometimes they get pulled off. Sometimes they're getting, attacked by a tank or like somebody up in the air that I didn't see. It happens. These things happen. I'm like, maybe she's dealing with something back there. I should go look. I should make sure she's okay. No, she's just standing there, not fighting anybody. I was like, what are you doing? Anyway, let me catch up on chat. Jane says, I love that the quoting standard is to rename you. This is a long-standing thing. Yeah, it is. Lassie says that you talked about this last time and I said they should retire. What? Yes! I was like, what? What is happening here? Lassie says, is that not more King of the Hill? I don't know. You would, yes, Dirtle, your client is fed. You count as a yeah. But my quotes are so embarrassing, you guys. My quotes are so embarrassing. Okay, this is very naked up here. Quote 159. I'm not really loving how naked it is up here. What was that? What was that? I was not talking about Marvel Rivals. Healer, I hardly know her, basically, yeah. Turtle says Leah trash talking noobs is the treat I didn't know I needed today. I mean, and maybe she was, and maybe she didn't know how to, like, I don't know. Well, I mean, okay, so I guess you have to turn on. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I mean, do you have to turn on people's health bar? Like, maybe she's just learning to be a healer. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. It was just one of those moments where I was just like, I'm bad at this game, but I'm not as bad as you. Yeah, you mean, what are you not doing? Exactly. Oh my God, Firewalker. Hi. Oh my gosh, hi. How are you? It's so good to see you. Yeah, actually, can we do a shout out for Kanara too while we're at it? We can talk about Kanara. But Firewalker is a tremendously good Fortnite streamer. You guys, I have so many good Fortnite streamers in my life. But Firewalker is a relatively new find. I met Firewalker through Hannah ZR. When he was playing with Hannah on her channel. We've raided Hannah before. Wait, did we raid Firewalker? We might have actually raided Firewalker too. Anyway, whatever. My point is, really, really talented. He spent like 20 minutes today explaining controller settings and like explaining like the difference between like mouse and keyboard aim and like controller aim to me and like another person. It was so lovely and generous. So this is just who this person is. In addition to being tremendously cracked at Fortnite, he is also a teacher at heart, and just a really lovely human. And I've really enjoyed hanging out there in the morning. So you should definitely drop him a follow if you're a Fortnite person. Speaking of teachers and amazing folks who do amazing, more like educational kitchen content than I typically do, we're usually just here hanging out in my kitchen while I cook dinner, which is lovely. It's a totally different vibe. Kanara, though, is very, very, very well informed, particularly on issues. I mean, technique things and things like that too, of course, but also very well informed on food safety, which I didn't realize until I started streaming on Twitch how very, very much folks need to hear this information a lot of the time. And so you should definitely drop her a follow if that's the kind of content that you need a refresher on, because nobody wants to die from their own cooking, and she will help you prevent that. What am I doing here? Let me scroll through. Kanara says when it comes to PvP, the only thing I excel at is dying. Well, that's fair, but you have other talents. So that's good. It's good that it's good that you're not good at everything. Viper. Oh my gosh, another amazing Fortnite person. You guys are so cool. You guys are so cute. Coming in, hanging out during my kitchen stream. What the heckies? I'm so flattered that you want to come hang out with me in my kitchen when there is nary a fork knife to be found, unless it's you know, this kind of knife, which I should wash on the break, by the way. Dirtle says the most important food. No, Dirtle. No, definitely not. Although it was actually really interesting. I taught an in-person cooking class last Tuesday, which is why I wasn't here. Viper needs to learn to cook. Well, you're not going to learn anything here. We're done, basically. Didn't the oven go off? The oven went off. Yeah, you're right. Did I just turn that off? I think I turned it off and just ignored it, which is what happens a lot here when I'm, you know, cooking. Hold on. Let me just check and see where we're at with this chicken. Because it should need 5 more minutes, which is why I wasn't that worried about it. But I have a kitchen thermometer here, right? We're looking for 160 in this chicken. Oh, we're there. We're at 170. So this is done. Hold on. Wipe that off. Yeah, so this is done. Our chicken is definitely done. And then I'm just gonna put our potatoes here. just gonna stick
I'll
those
have what
back in the
she's
oven.
having.
We don't want those to get cold. I'll stick a fork in those too, just to make sure they're done. All right, sorry, hold on. What am I doing? Cries. Yeah, Turtle will make a person cry. That is fair. Noob says this is why in my RPGs my friends don't want me to play mage because I role play a carpet. Well, darn. Yeah, no, we're still working on stuff. 6 minutes. 6 minutes before ads. I'm gonna turn off the oven. And turn on. No. We'll do zucchini after. The chicken can sit for a little bit. But Viper, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's true. Obi-Wan does not cook LaCroix. No. Good. Kanar says if it's dark meat, 170 is better for texture than 165. Oh, okay. That is new information. That is very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've never heard that. I'm usually just looking for killing off salmonella with my chicken temperatures. Better for texture. Good to know. Interesting. Yes, exactly, Dirtle. Noob says, no, I still play mage or DPS because for that 1 picosecond I'm not on the floor. I see very high numbers. Lassie says it's like 80% of what cooking is. Chester's finished his dinner and is now back in his sunny spot, curled up and resting. You got to do what Pies does. You got to learn all the mechanics and then just nuke the opponent with like the most intricate build. That is fair. And now he's on his favorite cushion on the couch. Yeah, doggy, silly doggy. Okay, so guys, we are almost done here. The potatoes are pretty much done. The chicken is definitely done. We need to saute some zucchini, but unfortunately, before we do that, we have to take an ad break. So in order to be more warm and welcoming, I take a 3-minute break every hour. It gives me a chance to stretch, catch up on refilling my water, wash my hands because it's been all up in my hair. My hair's like super puffy today and it's really like annoying me. My hand's been all up in my hair, so I need, before I like start touching food again, I need to like wash my hands again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break. Those of you who are subscribed will see some clips. Those of you who are not subscribed may see up to 3 minutes of ads depending on where you are in the world and where your other subscriptions lay. When we come back, we're going to saute this zucchini. We're going to plate up some potatoes and chicken. We're going to test out this recipe that Lassie has very generously given us. And then we'll probably find somebody to read out to. Exciting. All right. We will be right back. See you guys in a few. Oh, so close! Dang it! So close. That was so close. It was really close.
I hate that Hydra.
I'm really disappointed. We got really close.
I will destroy her after I've broken you.
I know where to strike.
You fell down. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsies, you fell down.
You heard it. Leah's cunning plan was to be too hot. This channel gets spicier and spicier. Indeed it does. In fact, we have just made hot and sticky. We were talking about squirrels. I wish I could get my ears to do that. Wait, maybe we could do it this way. Like, I could do it with my hair. Is that close enough?
Be fine, but like I kind of want to like get in there and bake and do the soup, and I want to make sure I get through everything. So normally I would be like, I'm going to tell you everything that's happened in the last however long. of my life. But we're not going to do that today. Today, we are going to read this book. So, I'll give you a second to grab a drink, perhaps.
Look. So there's all these really
I'll be
pretty
right back.
tires. You no longer have to do rocket racing in order to get the ranked rewards, which thank God, because as you know, as a person that likes to collect things, that is me. I am a loot goblin. I hated rocket racing because rocket racing sucks. And so now you can just do rank BR and then you get the rocket racing tires. And it's really kind of nice because me who loves purple, you now get purple tires without having to get to Unreal and Rocket Racing. So my cars can finally start to match. I'm excited. Can you tell that I'm excited?
I'm back.
Glory says you can beat your booty. I'm gonna clip that now. Oh gosh.
Like, look at the black frosting on the piping on this. It's just so fun. Spinach banana. Welcome back, friends. Hi. Hello. You guys can see here, we've got our potatoes. Hold on, I was gonna stick those with a fork during the break and I forgot. This is what happens when I am super distracted because that's just so rare for me. Oh yeah, these are totally done. That's totally fine. Okay. I'm having small kitchen problems. Do you guys know how sometimes I have small kitchen problems? I have these tomatoes over here that we're going to do something with later in the week, but we're not going to do anything with that today. I'm going to put the potatoes over here now that y'all have seen them. Perfect. So that we can heat up our zucchini. Terrific. Great. So now we just need to heat up the oil. We're good. Welcome back. Hi. Thanks for sticking with us through the ads. I appreciate it. Turtle says, why am I not seeing ads? I was promised ads. You know what? It's come to my attention that like there are definitely folks in Europe that for whatever, excuse me, hiccup. For whatever reason, just don't get ads from Twitch at all. I don't know why that is, but that's definitely a thing. I have a strong suspicion it has something to do with like them not complying with certain EU regulations would be my guess, but that I would have to guess. You're clipping things. Oh no. Turtle says, Brigitte, are you as sad as I am? We won't know whether it bunched or not. We didn't do, wait, did we didn't do, did it budge? Did we? I didn't see it. I wasn't actually paying attention. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to any of the clips this time. I was busy bustling around the kitchen. I washed something and then I washed my hands. And then I had to move the chicken. This is still not quite hot enough. I want that to be a little hotter. Or maybe Twitch realized I'm a dirt poor student. We didn't do it, didn't budge. Yeah, so for those of you who are new here, I will provide context. I made a cake one point, early on in my streaming career. Not that early on, I guess within maybe right after the first year, where it was in a springform pan, and it was. We saw Des being happy about purple tires. Yes, there was a one. Des and I were playing ranked Fortnite, and why am I explaining this? You guys don't need to know that. Never mind. My point is, Turtle is like, never mind. You guys don't need to know about that. My point is, Turtle is going to be like, Leah, this is going on the reasons why. These are quotes that are reasons why Leah probably has ADHD. It didn't budge. I put this cake pan over here, like actually literally pretty much exactly as this chicken pan is sitting. Do you see how it's like a little bit off the edge of the counter, which I actually shouldn't do because that's dangerous. But sitting off the edge of the counter, it just I'm sure chat was watching in horror because it just started to like migrate off the edge of the stove and absolutely fell on the floor face down. I was like, what? I was so angry. And I picked up the cake pan and the cake batter was all there. And I had been remarking that like the cake batter was particularly thick. And so it was like this absolute miracle of gravity that the freaking cake pan just did, like the cake batter just didn't budge. And everyone loves that. Okay. So let me go ahead and just throw these zucchinis in this pan here. And we're just going to very quickly saute this. Let me get some salt. Pepper. Everything is super simple today. We are keeping this super simple. If I were cooking this dinner by myself, without all y'all chaos gremlins hanging out with me, this would have taken me, I mean, yeah, earlier in the day, it took me about 10 minutes to get the marinade prepped. This would have been, you know, 5 minutes of prep work, cutting up the zucchini, cutting up the potatoes, preheating the oven. The potatoes and the chicken cook for 25, 30 minutes. Saute the zucchini for 5 minutes. Guys, this is such a super easy weeknight meal. And it's taken me 2+ hours because y'all are chaos. Putting the distracted in ADHD. Yes. And you know what was inside the batter? Yes, Turtle. There was a brick. Exactly. Kanara says I did that with a plate of cookies, and you sit and stare at it for a minute trying to see, did that really happen? It's like you've seen the clip. It was precisely like that. I like turned around and I was like, you might have noticed that I swear a little bit, just a little. Oh shit. And I picked it up and I was expecting to see cake batter just all over the floor, and that is not what happened. It was just like, it was like nothing happened. I put it in the oven. He's just blaming us again. SMH. Doodles says, oh wow, batter being solid enough not to spill is one thing, but a tray of cookies, impressive. Wait, I have to assume that the tray of cookies did not. Oh wait, did they end up like still on the plate on the floor? Because that's miraculous. That would be amazing. Noob says we're just trying to stall and cause a stack overflow, making it be done instantly. Like that stack overflow is a good way of putting it. See, I probably put a little bit too much olive oil in here, or a little bit more than I would like. Like, we don't want the zucchini to stick, but we don't want it to be like oily. And this is verging on oily. We'll see how that is, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's just me and Grog eating it. Nobody has invited the queen for dinner. Brick says, hallelujah, it's a cookie miracle. I personally sticking around just long enough for Leah to try the chicken. Yes, right. Hold on. We can do that. We can start plating. We can definitely do that. Grog says, so y'all are treating chat like a Jenga tower. Yes. How long does it take for the Jenga tower to tip over? Kanara says, oh no, they all slid right off the platter onto the floor. Oh no, but the glass platter somehow balanced on the counter and stayed put. At least it wasn't cookies and glass all over the floor. I mean, cookies all over the floor is a tragedy, but glass all over the floor is a dangerous tragedy. Durdle says, Grog, you're a poet. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful and accurate metaphor. Not trying to rush the chicken tasting. I know. You're very patient, and I appreciate that. Yeah. So this has been, as some of you will probably have heard it earlier in the stream, but those of you who came to join us later may not have. I do have a set the menu redemption. It's 20,000 channel points because I find the process a little bit stressful. I want to make sure that we do a good job. And so it's a little on the expensive side, but you too can provide a recipe and I will attempt to make it. Assuming it doesn't go against any of our dietary needs. Like Grog doesn't like shrimp and can't eat dairy. So like some of those things like don't work. But yeah, so that is actually turned back on because I have space for 2 more of those in the hopper. Lassie has been one of the most loyal folks in terms of donating recipes to the Set the Menu cause. And the thing that I love, and this is so interesting because I feel like the whole like stream timing cooking thing. I was actually posting about this in the Food and Drink channel. There's a Food and Drink creator club that Kanara was instrumental in getting off the ground. That I was just posting the other day about like how do you guys handle timing? And I feel like there were a couple of people that had like had actually some really solid, like this was a really easy thing. I knew this wasn't going to take me 3 hours, but like sometimes when I have...
What kind of dog is he?
He's French. With...
Did you see Doggy? Is there a doggy back there? There is a doggy back there. There's the rear end of a doggy back there. There's times when timing is a little bit more of a challenge than it was today. And there was this great person who reminded me that like I can just do what I did at the restaurant. I was a professional baker. I'm not a professional chef, but I was a professional baker. And I could just do what I did at the restaurant and write myself a prep list. And I was like, oh wow, that's right. That's a skill I have that I could just apply to streaming. How smart of them. How clever of me to have asked the question. And look at us all being wonderful food and drink streamers. So exciting. So I think actually this is done. I think these are done. And yeah, so I feel like that's like a thing that I could do that would make this easier. Okay. Plating. We're ready. I'm not trying to do anything complicated with the plating today. Today, we are doing easy things with plating. Grog is probably going to want at least 2 chicken drumsticks, possibly more than 2. I'm going to start with 1. I'm probably going to want more than 1, but here we are. This is so easy. This was so easy. I love everything about this. Basic, sauteed, salt and pepper, fresh from the farmer's market. First zucchini of the year for me, at least. That was probably my zucchini. Hold on. Let me just, that's a me level of zucchini, not a Grog level of zucchini. 2 will do fine. Okay, yeah. Kanara says, have you ever made fermented food like kimchi? No, I haven't. You know, that would be a fun one. That would be a super fun one. And it would be a good one to do because obviously I could get some help with it, right? But the thing about kimchi is that where I live, so we're in Northern Virginia, which I don't mind saying, just sort of generally speaking. Oh, you've got a recipe. Ooh, fun. Cool. So we live in an area of Northern Virginia that has a fairly astonishingly large population of Koreans. And so the cool thing is that the closest grocery store practically to us is H Mart. And so when I want things like kimchi, I have not been motivated to make it myself because we can get great kimchi. Like at any of the local restaurants make it themselves. H Mart makes it. It's just like, as far as Korean food goes, like we are covered. But it would be very cool as a fun kitchen project to learn how to do it myself. Abby says, Leah is claiming Set the Menu, asking for tiramisu, coming over and eating the whole tray's worth in one sitting a possibility. So, yes and no. Yes, because you would have to, because tiramisu is definitely one of those things that Grog can't eat. So, what am I going to do with an entire tray of tiramisu, Abby? Question. We currently have pickled red cabbage in the fridge. We do, but that was just a quick pickle. That's not like a fermented thing. Like that's not like this was literally like a, boil the water in the vinegar and sugar in a pan, pour it into the cut up cabbage and let it sit for 20 minutes in the fridge. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of a pickle. It's not the same thing as what Kanara's talking about. We used it for sausage roll toppings early. Yes, we did. Well, sausage, I don't know how to, we use a service called Imperfect Foods, hashtag not sponsored. And so we, and one of the things that sometimes happens is that they will offer me, interesting, you're going to want more potatoes than that. Interesting, groceries sometimes. And the thing that they offered me the other week was mango habanero pork sausages. And I didn't know quite what to do with them. We ended up putting them on a roll with just some mayo and the pickled red cabbage that I had left over from those vegan chickpea barbecue bowls that I made the other day. It was so good. It was so good that we're going to do it on purpose. Yeah, H Smart, Honey Pig, Bonchon, Chai Mick. Yep. Okay, so Avi says, how about this? I bring Grog and you a dairy-free cinnamon roll each, and I eat the whole thing you made. Deal. Wait, Noob has heard of dairy-free tiramisu once, I think. Okay, banh mi. Ooh, okay, that's harder, because I feel, yes, absolutely. I haven't made banh mi either. But, like, there's other, like, pickled things on a banh mi, so that would be perfect. Oh no. Oh God. I'm going to end up making tiramisu. I've made tiramisu before. It actually, was a weird story. One of the guys at my work, when I was still baking, one of the guys on the line, who was just like the sweetest person. He was from El Salvador. And he and I communicated imperfectly, but we liked each other a lot. And so I would always get a hug in the morning, and he would always like make sure that I had lunch. So like he would come back about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like tying up for the day usually, and be like, what do you want? You know, I make you lunch, you know. And it was really lovely and wonderful. And there was one day when he came back and he was like, I'm having a rough day. And I was like, okay, what do you like? You know, what's your baking? Like, what do you like baking wise? Like, what do you like that I can make? Because you make me lunch all the time, like almost every day. And he was like, tiramisu. And I was like, okay, bet. And so I came home and I made an entire pan of tiramisu. And damn if I didn't bring in tiramisu. The entire kitchen was like so excited. I couldn't do it at work because I didn't have time. But like, and it wasn't that kind of a place. It was a barbecue restaurant. Like that was where I was working at the time. And it was just, I was doing the desserts. And anyway, it's a really lovely memory. And it was a nice thing to be able to provide somebody that was, you know, hard at work and also lovely and helpful to me. Okay. I think that's it. I think we're good. Let's ring the dinner bell. Where is the dinner bell? Here's the dinner bell. We are ready to eat, friends. Let me drop this off to Grog, and I will be right back. Okay. Oh, I need a fork. And I'm actually going to get a knife too, just because like, I feel like I could actually pick up this drumstick and bite it, but I'm not going to just because that would be messy. So that's a yes on Abby's tiramisu plan. Abby lives fairly far away. I don't know when we can arrange this, but it's on the list. And I bet your homemade rolls would rock. You know what's so funny is, you know, I mean, I could probably manage bread, but I feel like, so what I did was, cookies, cakes, muffins, scones, things like that, plated desserts. So we did plated desserts. I did all of the soft serve flavors. I did all the donut glazes. I'm trying to think, what else did I do? But the thing about the restaurant was it's actually a restaurant group and we had an entire bread team. So I've never done bread professionally, which I think is funny, but I haven't. I have made it on stream before. We're gonna do that Thursday, actually. We're gonna do Dutch Crunch rolls on Thursday, so that's gonna happen on Thursday. Abby says I'm asking, entirely jokingly, of course, because I'm craving tiramisu like nothing else. Abby says my farmer's market sells slices, but they're $5 a slice. And a slice is like a drop in the ocean for me. Add to the excitement of waking up on me. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, all right, here we go. First of all, let's see if I horribly overcooked the zucchini. No, perfect. Oh my God. You guys, there are times when it doesn't make any difference. Farmer's market produce, grocery store produce, exactly the same. Sometimes it doesn't make any difference. First zucchini of the season though. This is so sweet. It's so tender. And they're little tiny ones. They were so cute. And they're like big zucchini, you sometimes get that bitterness like later in the season, you know. Absolutely none of that. Just like super fresh, tender zucchini. So good. What do you mean? Olive oil, salt, and pepper. Sometimes that's all you need, you know. Sometimes more complicated things are helpful or cool, but like sometimes, Potatoes are done, which is great. Okay. So the process on the chicken, since you guys didn't get to see any of that, when Lassie redeemed set the menu this time, she was like, so I don't know if you're going to want to do this one on stream because it's like mostly prep work. And I was like, sure, whatever, who cares? And so I salted the chicken. And you can see, like, salted the chicken for several hours, like this morning, right? And you can see that the skin has actually gotten a little bit crispy. And that's probably from the evaporation of the moisture on the chicken skin. So that's kind of cool. And then you marinate it for 2 to 4 hours. I think mine was in for 2.5, maybe. Probably. I did it around lunchtime, so that's probably about right. And then you bake it for roughly 35 minutes. Recommend, especially with chicken, meat thermometer. They're not expensive. It's a great way of making sure that it's done. Especially with chicken, you don't want to mess around, so meat thermometer. All right, let's taste this. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Actually... Okay, that's actually really, really good. Oh my God, that was so easy. It looks good. It does look good. Brick says when you say salted the chicken for several hours, do your arms hurt from all the shaking? Des says I didn't know Leah was that salty. I was last night. You heard me. You heard me ranting about that Luna Snow. Dirtle says also, did you have to refill the shaker? Oh my God, you guys are the worst. Lassie, this is so good. Wait, have you made this yet? Because I know sometimes you use me as a guinea pig and you want me to make things that you haven't made yet. But this was so good. So this was 2 whole lemons worth of lemon juice, 2 whole lemons worth of lemon zest, a tablespoon of black pepper, which is kind of a wild amount of pepper. Granted, it was 14 drumsticks, but that's so much black pepper. And you can definitely taste it. I mean, it is peppery, but like not in a bad way. I really like this. I like this a lot. And like I said, you know, throw it in a marinade. Well, I mean, I guess the only thing is like sometimes chicken, you don't want to marinate it too long because it can kind of get mushy. I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't know if I know what I mean, but you know, like if you put chicken in lemon juice for too long, it can kind of like cook it and then you cook it again and it kind of gets mushy. It's not technical. This is just experience talking. But marinating that for just like 2 hours, that was like perfect, I think. Because, wow, that's really, really good. And it was so easy. Another one of Lassie's absolute hits. Lassie, can't keep bringing the absolute bangers. I'm going to think you're like constantly holding out on us. This was really, really good. You did make it. Yeah. See, yeah, you knew I'd like this one. So I feel like we have a fairly similar taste too. It is seasoned to heck, which I love. And so yeah, it's intensely lemony. Nice, really good oregano. From Canara, I learned the difference between Mexican and Turkish oregano, which I have both. And so that Mexican oregano is not actually oregano at all. I didn't know that. This is what you get by watching food and drink streamers. I clipped. That's such a good reaction. Thank you. Thank you. Also, command clip in this chat also works. So you can do that too if you don't have timer, if you happen to be on mobile or something. If you're making up your own dinner and just standing around the kitchen with your phone. Great. Yeah. So that was really, really good, guys. That was really good. And so simple, so easy. That is perfect. That's going to be perfect on Marvel Rivals days, right? Because I can prep the marinade while Des is streaming. I can throw it in the oven. When Grog comes back from the gym, he can pull it out and we can eat. I love it. Thank you, Lassie. Thank you. There's some times that I'm like, I think this one will be good, but I don't know how good. That's fair. Yeah, that's totally fair. Like the tofu one that you did. Like I really liked that, but I liked it a lot better once I added like a more robust sauce. So you guys know that I've talked about Chef Patrick Lee. He's not on Twitch. He does play video games, but like as a hobby, he's on YouTube. Chef Patrick Lee. We made these amazing brown sugar. I can't remember what I was supposed to use. It wasn't bourbon. I think it was brandy. Brandy, brown sugar, mambo sauce wings. So mambo sauce is like native to the DC area. It's like a type of barbecue sauce. And I ended up using, for whatever reason, the wing recipe just made a lot of sauce, like made more sauce than I had wings. Maybe it was just, I don't know. I'm not sure why. Maybe he likes them saucier than I do. I was using a pastry brush to brush the sauce on because I don't want it to be like super messy. And so I ended up using that sauce on that tofu and that made it heckin' good. But I mean, I think the technique was sound. I just think it needed a little bit more flavor. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. It was like it just needed like a little bit, like it just I mean, it wasn't bad. It was a little bit bland and needed more flavor. This needs no more flavor. Okay. All right, good. Okay, we're good. This is great. I want to sit down and eat it. I don't actually love standing up in the kitchen eating my dinner, so we're not going to do that. We are going to instead, oh my gosh, I just stepped on my pants. We are going to instead say thank you to all of you folks, especially all of my wonderful, amazing mods, including Grognard Gourmand. Thank you for the lovely, wonderful drink, honey. I appreciate it. Des, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Des should be live tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. She is going to be playing some more Dragon Age Inquisition. Des only does gaming, and she's only going to be live one more day this week. So better catch it while it's hot, like my dinner. Yeah, so Dragon Age Inquisition, she's playing a Nightmare run using an archer for the first time. So if you guys are Bioware fans, that's been a really good time. Brig will be live again Thursday. We'll talk more about that tomorrow when I am live, because Brig does just chatting streams. We hang out together, bunch of Discord friends, just jawing, getting some stuff done. So you can join us for that. And then Jane, our favorite spicy potato, thank you for being here and moderating during your workday. I appreciate you so very much. I could not make the stream run without you. I could not make my life run without you. And I think you're wonderful, and I hope you have a really lovely rest of your night. You guys are so silly. Okay, hold on. Let's do schedule. This is actually the correct updated schedule for this week. Look at me go. Actually updating my commands when I do my schedule. I feel like a rock star. Monday and Wednesday being tomorrow, Des is on it. Wednesday being tomorrow, I will be playing Fortnite at 7 a.m. If we can, we will probably end up raiding Firewalker, who may also be live into the like noonish sort of hour. So maybe we can plan on doing that. But we'll be playing some Fortnite tomorrow. We might, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm not sure what we're going to do in game tomorrow. I was having fun on Monday, kind of trying to do the learning thing and trying to beat the Storm Beast pom-poms. And so we may do some more of that. We may play some OG because there's an event this weekend that's happening with OG. But I don't know what we're going to do yet. Show up at 7 a.m. and find out. I literally just told people to show up at 7 a.m. Eastern for a Fortnite stream. Who even am I? And then if you are here for cooking content, we will be back in the kitchen on Thursday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to be making Dutch crunch rolls / tiger bread. This is a bread that I used to have in the San Francisco Bay Area growing up. It's not something that I've really seen anywhere else. I've never tried to make it personally. And so we're gonna check it out and see how that works out. Plus probably throwing together something for lunch while all the bread rises and all of that. So come back for that on Thursday. Okay, Lassie's leaving. Bye, Lassie. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate the recipe. I hope you have a really good rest of your night. It's such a good bread. It's such a good bread, and I can't get it here at all. It does not exist on the East Coast, period. I mean, at least not, where I am. So maybe in Pennsylvania? There's a lot of Dutch people in Pennsylvania, but no, not here. So I can't get it. I have to make it myself. So let's try it. Also, you can see socials there. I'm on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. We do have a Discord. If you would like to join it, you totally can. We play a lot of Fortnite together. We play Marvel Rivals. The rest of the time, it's just a Discord. You guys know what happens in Discord. I share it with my friends and moderators, Brigged and Des Dabbles. So it is a very community-oriented effort, and you would be more than welcome to be there if you would like. I think that's it. Okay, we've had a lot of good foodie chatter today. So let's see who's live. Chef John rated us earlier, so we know he's gone offline. I'm used to having John to raid on Tuesdays, especially when I'm hungry and I want my dinner. Darth Verbaka, who's a food and drink streamer, is playing Fortnite. That's so funny. We might read him just because I don't think I have anybody at the moment. Let's see. Hellbent Narcissist. Hi, welcome to here. We're actually reading out, but nice to meet you. Yeah, so I think we're going to read Darth Verbaka, who happens to be playing, this is really funny, who happens to be playing Fortnite, but is in fact a food and drink streamer. Lovely guy. Great streamer. You guys will enjoy his space. Let me do this. Would you care for some tea? Trombone Dalek. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I last saw you. How's it going? Good to see ya. Darth Verbaka. It's 2 C's. He is currently playing Blitz. This is going to be an intense experience, guys. Canaris, raiders hold hands. Remember, your fellow raider can be used as a flotation device in case of a water raid landing. I love it. All right, you guys have the raid messages there. Actually, let's go ahead and throw the raid messages out one more time before we head out. Please do copy one of those raid messages, whether you are here for the fun and the food or the Fortnite. This is going to be a great place for you to safely land, hopefully not in the water. Grab your flotation device and pull on the tabs to inflate. But we will see you guys back here either tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. or Thursday, 10:30 a.m. And I hope to catch you somewhere else in the meantime sometime soon. Have a great night, you guys. Have a great week if I don't see you. We'll catch you soon. Bye.
Start to match. I'm excited. Can you tell that I'm excited?
I'm back. Glory says you can beat your booty. I'm gonna clip that now. Oh gosh. Like, look at the black frosting and the piping on this. It's just so fun. Spinach. Welcome back, friends. Hi. All right, let's taste this. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Actually. Okay, that's actually really, really good. Oh my God, that was so easy.